Former UCF linebacker. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me redo that. Athletics Hall of Famer Shaquem Griffin is now on Sons of UCF Live. Shaquem, hello.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's good, guys?
I didn't recognize you without the crest on your jacket that you wore at the Hall of Fame ceremony.
I'm going to get some Hall of Fame glasses, man. All my interviews Hall of Fame across.
You're always so understated. And we appreciate you talking to Robert at the Big 12 championship game. Before that news started to break there about Scott Frost coming back, you were out at the football facility this week. What's the feeling you're having? I saw you kind of skipping through the parking lot in that video UCF released. There's a joy that has returned to the football complex.
Yeah, it's just a new energy. I want to say a new energy, a refreshing energy that people remember is back. And it's back in the building. And even the staff that was there with Coach Gus understands and feels that aura that kind of walked inside the building when everybody is just like, seeing the success, knowing where we all just came from, or understanding, the things that we went through over the course of these last few years. And then, back to where we want to go. And that inspiring energy is just felt throughout the building, no matter, what your position on the staff is.
Shaquem, that video of you seeing KZ and Coach Frost outside the Wayne Dench, I think it pulled at everyone's heartstrings. What was kind of going through your mind when you got out of the car and you saw those two guys standing out in front of UCF again? It had been so long, probably since y'all had been together.
I didn't know KZ was already going to be there. Like, I was going there to give, hugs to Coach Frost because I actually had a speaking engagement in Orlando. So I'm like, you know what? Before the speaking engagement, I'll go a day early, chop it up with Coach Frost, give him this congratulations hug. And next thing you know, I get out the truck and I see KZ walk out first. I was just like, whoa, wait. He's here already? And then it was just like, I seen his family coming out. I was like, okay, they're already having this conversation. And the next thing you know, he was like, yeah, I'm coming back. I was like, oh, my God. And then the conversation about, what it looks like for me to have a role around UCF. And in so many cases, my role can be displayed in so many different ways besides just coaching, right? If it's the pursuit of building the media of UCF, if it's the pursuit of, creating creating that foundation to continue to spearhead UCF and the ecosystem of the culture itself, amongst the nation, it's so many ways and so many attributes that I have that can be able to, take UCF in the right direction, and especially as we talking about culture building. You got to have a team, you got to have a coach, you got to have those certain resources, and then having somebody to be able to talk to those, student athletes to see more than just being football. And once they be able to see that, then they can buy into the right things.
Shaquem, what's going on, my guy? Always good to see you. Brother? I mean, obviously last season didn't end in the way that a lot of people expected. But with Coach Frost coming back, KZ being introduced as the QB coach, what is the momentum, the culture shift that you're already seeing at UCF without anybody getting on the field yet?
I mean, it's a competitive atmosphere, but you have the right people around you where you feel hopeful, you feel faith, and that's the thing that you want, where it's just like Mackenzie coming in and he jumped right into it, and I can see how him and Coach Frost is working back and forth with each other when it's just like, I trust what you're doing, I trust you, go do your thing so I can go handle mine. And that's kind of the atmosphere that you have. And you guys are part of the press conference. We were talking about Sean McVay and surrounding himself with a group of guys, with smart, intelligent guys that he can put that pressure on them and understand that I trust and have faith in you that you got this, so I can focus on what I need to focus on. And you can see the atmosphere kind of already in the room, especially with the new hire with Cooper. I was just like, yeah, you doing something here. And it's like, because you still have the mind frame, like, I want this type of culture, but he know what he's learned over the years. It's like building the right structure around me to make sure we execute that. It's so important. And it's just like, we're not here to do the same exact thing, but we're going to capture the same thing that we're looking for.
During your playing days, what did you see in Mackenzie that would lead you to believe that one day he would find himself in a position like this?
I mean, he was always a leader. I mean, he was the leader of the team. It's rightfully so. And to be a leader and understand that you don't always have it figured out. And that's something where, Mackenzie stands out, especially when it comes to being a coach and a player's coach at that. He's going to be able to relate to a lot of guys. He's going to be able to relate to certain situations and understand. It's just like him being a great player himself, and being able to understand, like, man, you ain't always got to figure it out, but you know what it looks like to lean on each other. You know what it looks like to lean on your partners and your teammates, and being able to not only get to the position where he stuck himself out there to go to Tennessee and be with Hypo and be an analyst, and now be able to get that sense of teaching under his belt. He's bringing so much value already, being the QB coach at UCF, and I'm glad that he was able to get that type of work over there, because all that is going to play. You know, not only just being a great player, but being around coaching that can allow you to kind of tie in it too, and then bring it to us. When you talking about perfect timing for what UCF got going on, this is it.
Shaquem, if one of the current players of UCF called you and said, what do they need to do to play for Coach Frost, what would you tell them?
You asking me how many people call me?
What?
Or are you saying if they call me?
Well, that's a great question.
We get phone calls, bro. We get phone calls. Reality is you got so many guys, not just from our team from 2017, 2016, but you got guys who've been there just in general. So you can imagine how many players will love the opportunity to be back on the staff or have an opportunity to staff. And a lot of times what I tell them is, man, I try to be authentic and I try to be as real as possible. Is like, you know, I can't be the one to say that I'm just going to be able to say, hey, you get this opportunity. Oh, let me go tell Coach Frost, because honestly, you know, where he's been through, where he's at now, you know, and obviously being strategic about who he brings in, is you don't want to overfill with thousands of guys over the years who played for UCF who's probably never coached but would love to get in coaching now. And it's just like, to be honest, it's like if you're not willing to come there, be a GA, and pretty much work for free and show what you can do, I can't tell him that you should be the one that's here in this position. That's not doing right by Coach Frost. I'm not doing right by UCF. You know, and I won't be a part of that. So yeah, we got players who call and stuff like that, but you still got to do. They still got to do their due diligence. You still got to be able to put their best foot forward. And it's not because you went to UCF and you're an alumni. It's just like, are you the best fit for what we need right now? And we all understand that. What are we looking for? What's the culture that we're looking for? And it's like, once we align with that, and then that's when we're going to move this needle forward. We got to get guys in this building. We got to get guys in the building who's ready to play, contribute, and buy in. So, and now we're working on that. We got to get coaches. We got to get coaches that's going to make sure that they buy in and get these student athletes to buy in. And sometimes you can't just go get everybody who's been here at UCF, because it's going to be harder that way. So I'm happy with what he's doing. I'm happy that he's taking his time, and I know everybody's just throwing stuff at him. His part is his brain is just all over the place, but he's handling it so well, and he's handling it with grace. And you can't ask for anything better than that.
You mentioned stuff being thrown at Coach Frost. It's a different landscape of college football than the last time he coached at UCF. How do you expect this transition to go, and like using the portal or recruiting homegrown talent?
I mean, you got to be hungry, man. You got to be hungry. You got to be intentional. This stuff is different, and kind of being there just for a little while. You know, they're making it happen, and they've been real intentional about it, and understanding that not only that they're looking for guys, but they're looking for guys around those guys, so they can get a better conversation, a better understanding of who they're having coming to the university. And that's such an important part, because you got some guys who just looking for the next dollar sign, and you have to still make sure that you're being conscious of, am I bringing the right guy, and not just because he's getting offered so many great opportunities in other places, you know. And I think they're doing a great job with, you know, handling that process. But you can tell the eagerness, and they're hungry. They're making it happen. But it goes to show is like, even though he's handling a lot, and like I want guys and I want the media and I want the fans to understand this is no light process. So when we ask the fan base and everybody to buy in, we want you guys to be a part of that. Like, understanding that we're building something. Hey guys, I may have like kids yelling here and there, so don't worry, it happens.
Hey, it's a live show.
Yeah, all good. But yeah, I mean, I want everybody to feel and understand that, yeah, he's handling a lot, but he's handling it with grace. So when it comes to us doing certain things around the community, around UCF, you know, we want everybody to buy in as well. There's not no one man ship, and I hope nobody don't look at it that way. You know, though, it's not just the coaches, it's not just the players, it's the whole ecosystem of UCF. If we all buy in, and that's how it was in my year, then we can make sure that everything's happening. So if you guys are listening to this message right now, when we need you, hey, all hands on deck. We need the university, we need all of Orlando to buy in, because we all can take this place into extraordinary places. And that's what you need out of your school. That's what you need out of your community. That's what you need from your coaching staff, your players, your recruiters, your staff. We all have to play our part and do it well.
We saw some photos of your reunion there, some video clips, but take us behind the scenes a little bit. Did it seem just like yesterday? Was it a bit surreal? What was that moment like?
I'm not gonna lie, it felt surreal, but it was just like to be back home is like I can go in the kitchen and grab me some milk. Yeah, there's nobody gonna tell me like, you get out of that milk. Like, I was eating cookies, I had some wings, I was getting some gear. Coach Frost was like, "Hey, what size do you wear?" I said, "I wear 12, but I got all these shoes." You know what I'm saying? It was like a Travis Hunter, Deion Sanders moment. Like you got all these shoes, it was so authentic and just natural and real. It's just like, yo, this is home base. Get comfortable. Let's chop it up. Let's see what's next and how we can make this thing go. And it just like even when I came in and Coach Frost was like, let's point this thing in the right direction. And when you hear it off his voice and you can hear the intentions that he has, it's like he's hungry, man. And it gave me goosebumps. And it's like I haven't felt that walking in a building in so long. And it's just like whatever you need, however you need it. Like I'm involved, I'm there. Like I know I have a lot going on, but when it comes to the UCF and the culture of it, like come on, dude, just pump me in the right direction, and I'm 100 down. Like let's go, let's get it. Like so, it's exciting when you're able to bring that type of energy and juice back, and I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it.
Did Coach Frost seem different to you than when you played for him?
He's seasoned, man. He's not the same. He's not the same guy anymore. But that goes with growth and wisdom. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what you want. He came in, guy with his shirt off, running around, hanging out, doing great things, and inviting that authentic culture for everybody to be themselves. But you can tell that he's been through things. You can tell that he overcame things. You can tell that he has he lived. He experienced some stuff that made him the smart guy and full of wisdom that he is now. And you can tell that he came in with something. He learned something over the years, no matter if it was the ups or the downs or whatever the case may be. But that's what you need. Like it's not the Coach Frost that we had, but a more improved, a more aware, a more I want this. I know what I'm looking for. It's just like this is the perfect freaking timing for him. So now it's just like I'm coming back to reshape this in the light that it should be in, and understanding that what I came from, I'll allow it to be the growth that I needed to be here in the right position now. And we're in the Big 12, and we got them at the right time. Coming through all the adversity they had in Nebraska, being around Sean McVay and understanding the smart and intelligent ways of how they're coaching, and then bringing it all in forefront. You went from winning, you went from going through hardships, you went from understanding how to create a great team, and just like come back home to UCF. Come on, man. Come on. You just went a freaking boot camp and came back to us, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it be like that. You go through these hardships and then bring a better sense of you, and it makes you want more. It makes you hungry for more, and you can sense that, you can see that. And it's like he's already all in. We got to create a whole new team, but he's already all in. We're going to take it for what it's worth, and then we're going to make it happen. And that's what you need. And that just shows you the stuff that Coach Frost been through. And it's just like, that's what we need. A more seasoned Coach Frost. Oh yeah, y'all don't like this for sure.
You called Coach Frost the culture keeper. Why is he the culture keeper in your opinion?
I mean, being able to have a player coach who's been through it, who kind of understands in so many ways that when you're able to get a guy to see that he's more than what people tell him he is. It's huge. I mean, I was going through a lot of hardships in college before he got there. So when he seen me, I was angry. Can y'all imagine me like angry, not happy-go-lucky, like not smiling coming in? And it's like, I'll say some words to somebody who probably deserted. Like people was catching strays from me, walking around the office when I got back, And then when they came in, it's just like I wasn't trusting nothing. So it's just like, how would you get Shaquem Griffin to buy in? I don't trust nobody. Like you just gonna see me as everybody else sees me. So imagine having a breakthrough with that and feeling like he had to, understand the game. My trust is like, I do believe in what you say. And I seen him do that with me. So it's just like creating a culture, like him allowing me to be able to see myself and bring my energy how it should be, was able for me to pour back into the team. He allowed that to happen. So I was just like, yeah, you created a culture, man, for sure. And you allow us to be the keepers of it. So it's just like, how do we get that back? Because you did it before, even with somebody who never did anything like this in football history. So it's not about one arm, two arm, disabled, able. Like, you see people and you make them see that they're bigger than what they're doing at the moment. He made me feel like I'm bigger than football. He allowed me to be happy. He allowed me to have that joyfulness about myself and not, carry a weight on my shoulders that I had to be angry at everybody who looked at me. And that's powerful beyond football. And he allowed me to see that. He had the coaching style that pushed that and allowed me to see that. How do we revisit that? And how do we get everybody in this locker room to see bigger than just oneself, to see bigger than just playing football? Let you know that you are great in yourself. How can we bring that out? Because when you buy in, you show a lot of greatness, and it just be displayed. Like me chasing somebody 40, 50 yards down the field that got nothing to do with me. That was intentional, bro. You have to have somebody for you. You have to tell me something for me to buy in. And like, even though that's not my play, yo, bro, hold on, I'm coming. Just hold his jersey. I'm running too. Even though it's 60 yards away, I'm coming. Just know you can believe that Shaquem is going to run down the field. You just hold on by your fingernail. If you can do that, I'm going to jump on his back and we're going to keep it rolling. Next play. I'm coming no matter what. And I was intentional about it because I bought in. I believe because my team believed, my coaches believed. They allowed me to be me. So I'm going to give you what it looks like. Energizer. Happy. Like, I'm happy to go run 50 yards down the field. They go knock the ball out. I'm happy to go chase this ball, and then hopefully it pops out, and I'll scoop it up and go score a touchdown. Great things happen when you're just running. And I'm like happy to run. I'm excited to go chase the ball. Even if the play don't work out, I would still chase you down the field. It was plays in Memphis where the guy's broken and I'm still chasing him. He's like, you think you're going to score. I'm still behind you. I'm coming. No worries. That was intentional because of what I believed in.
Shaquem, every time like we have a conversation, you mentioned wanting to be the culture guy. You make me want to like drive through a brick wall and like get my entire life back together. You mentioned Scott Frost being able to elevate your game. What would you say to recruits coming to this team? How can he elevate them to become their best self?
I would tell recruits is make sure you being very conscious of what you want out of this. Yes, can you accumulate funding for yourself and your family for the short-term goals of going to several different colleges? Or do I want to take my career and my craft very seriously to be a great player and not worrying about what I'm going to be able to accumulate? Because being a great player is going to come with a lot of things. And you get endorsements, you get opportunities, you get commercials, you get branding deals. It just comes with it, right? And it's just like you as a player, you have to come in with the mindset. Like, sometimes my brother used to tell me all the time, was like, man, I always been addicted to my craft. So as long as it don't mess up me working on my craft or becoming a better player, then I know I can play for a long time. And we have to have players like that. Recruiters have to be able to, guys who get recruited got to have a mindset. It's like, I want to be a great football player. Or I'm going to be a great businessman and I just want to accumulate funding for what I'm going to do outside of football. But make sure you're choosing what you actually want and then sticking to it. If you want to be a great football player, get around great coaches that will allow you to see more than yourself so you can become that great football player. Because you're going to come with your own baggage. You're going to come from your own environment. You're going to come with your own wants and needs. And then being able to understand those, how do we can make sure that we can reshape what you think that your environment should be? But you can go get all the money right now, but that doesn't mean when you're 30, 40 years old, that's going to look like that. Man, you can blow through millions of dollars within a year. So don't think that, because I'm getting 400 here, then 600 there, then 700 here, I'm set for life. No, you're set for the moment, my bro. And you got to understand, a lot of guys, a lot of kids don't understand, whereas it's like, if I'm only doing it just to get money into college, what does it look like when I'm 40? What does it look like when I'm 50? What does it look like when my parents have to start getting medical help? That's a bill in itself. And we ain't talking about college expenses. You get me? And if kids are not understanding that, and I'm pretty sure they're not sitting down having this conversation with their folks, be in the moment, YOLO, let's do it. Then sometimes you may be misled, which is okay because of our environments that maybe someone else grew up in. If I had to tell kids now who's going to be getting ready to get recruited and go into college, make sure you know what you want. If you want to become a great football player, you have to be addicted to your craft. And that means I got to go around the right people who's going to make sure that they is addicted to me getting better. no matter what, all aspects of football, training, or just spiritually, mentally, whatever. You want to go to a spot that's going to be driven by that. UCF. But you got all these schools, man, throwing so much money around, and they probably ain't gonna know half of the guys they're getting. You're gonna have your main focus point. Are you that main focus point? You won't know until you get there. Because you got paid just like the other, 46 guys. So you have to be conscious. And a lot of guys just is, they having rush moments. And I get it, man. Being young and having money thrown at you, you just gonna bite. You bite and think about what you bit later. And I just want guys to reshape it. Like, think before you bite. Like, it may have a little spice in it that you may not like. Just ask about your food first. Be transparent. Be direct. Be intentional about the stuff. Don't go somewhere where the food too spicy. Now you don't like to be there. You don't like the food, man. You chose it. It's on your plate now. You got to pay for it, man. I'll send you the receipt and the bill. But you're here now, buddy.
Shaquem, how do you think this rebuild will be different in 2025 than it was in 2016?
It's intentional. It's not just money driven. We switching the narrative. Yes, we got the funding to do it, but it's just like we're gonna be intentional about who we bring and making sure it's like we want to be more transparent than transactional. If you get what I'm saying, we want to be more transparent and transactional. So you have an opportunity to come in, and we telling you that this is your opportunity here. And if you don't see fit or show that you want the opportunity, then we'll allow you to access that portal or door again, because we want guys to buy in, and that's an intentional thing. We want you to buy in because once you buy in, then we know we can truly be involved and help. And if you don't want that help, then we won't keep you here and let you suffer because you feel like you're not getting enough. No, we're going to give you everything that we can, but you have to buy into that. We can't have 49 guys buying in and that 50th guy not, because we can't have that in the culture, because that can be a negative energy that's contagious, and we don't need that. So yeah, the difference between 25 and now is just like we're going to be intentional about everything we do and everything that we bringing in.
Shaquem, we're talking a lot about KZ being back on staff. Another name that's back on staff, Sean Beckton, a guy that I know you know really well. What's it like to have Coach Beck back on the staff, back home here at UCF?
I mean, it just goes to show, like, man, that shows just a big sign for alumni. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who's been a part and seen the amazing growth that UCF have, being a Hall of Famer in his own right, and knowing that he always have a home here, that inspires me. All these changes, all these ups and downs that UCF been through, and to see that he still has a home, like that makes me feel good. That makes me feel good. He just told me, like, your name gonna be in the stadium. I was like, they do that? Only person who can say that is another Hall of Famer, right? That's crazy. Like, I didn't even know that they put my name in the stadium, but he had to tell me because his is there. He was like, yeah, you can have your name in the stadium. It was like, for real, bro? Like, what? But that's just another sign of, what UCF brings. Like, they'll allow alumni to come back and be a part of something. Like, and that speaks so much volume, dude. Like, seeing Coach Beckton there, no matter what role it is so important. But that's the thing for me is like, I don't understand what would be my role, but I know that they want to make one because they know the importance and what it brings to UCF, like a Sean Beckton. And I love that they display that in front of everybody, because that's what we bring. Like, we care about the guys and the women who come here, and and especially when you do right.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're gonna fight for you. Like, we're gonna have people vote for you. We're gonna have the fans fight for you. Like, you better not. I mean, Coach Beck better be here, and that's what you love, and that's what you want to see. And as an alumni, telling other alumni or potential alumni from UCF is understand that you do have a home. So don't think that you go out here in this world and think that you can't come back and feel some type of love here. It's gonna be here when you come. No matter how many years you played, or how many years you played since. You come back home and it's just like you just played yesterday. And I love that.
This is a pretty open question, but what do you see for the future of UCF? What's the vision?
Hello, I'm not.
Oh.
Hit him again, Andrew.
Can you hear me?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm not hearing you guys.
Keep talking, Andrew.
Hello. You got one? Ladies and gentlemen.
I have no idea what's happening. I'm reading lips right now.
Okay.
Well, that may be difficult.
That's not going to be easy. No, that's not going to work.
All right, Shaquem. We will let you go, Shaquem.
Should I log back in?
You can try. Yeah, try.
Yeah.
We'll take another minute or two with Shaquem Griffin. All right.
Why would we not? I mean,
Andrew, you never know what you're going to get.
I'm ready to get on the football field, Trace. Put me in there, coach. I'll be the running back. I'll be the water boy. Give me a job.
The water boy. He is motivational, isn't he? It was like just yesterday watching those guys together again, Adam, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy to think. I mean, again, when people leave someplace, you never know if they're coming back or how that's going to look. But yeah, it's great to have them back. It's great to have Shaquem back right now.
Yes, you good?
Yep, all good.
All right. I was saying it's a pretty open-ended question, but what do you see for the future of this program? What is the vision?
I think that we can truly be our authentic selves. And I think that's the best part about it, because like you can hear the people and everybody having their own comments and their own, feelings about the last few years of obviously us transitioning to Big 12, and just like some people was dealing with certain things, some people were just like, okay, I'm here but not really understanding. But now I feel like we can truly be UCF authentic self. Whereas like culture is driven, and we know that the importance of culture drives us to high places. Like we've seen it before. We've seen it where it's just like when everybody buying in, how much winning can come from that. And then the love and the actually, true, you guys see the emotions after our interviews, or you see the emotions after the game. Is like, no matter like hardships or anything, like you got, the fans can feel it. And when you say we can get back to things like that, where it's just like watching ball is going to be different. Being around the guys is going to be different. Being involved with the coach and being involved with the building of UCF is going to be different. If we're doing fundraisers and different events, I feel like more people are going to be involved because they care. And they know that the people that they have in the office right now care as well. So I feel like in the next few years, it's just like the authentic self of UCF is going to be in full display. And I can't wait for everybody who's going to be, entering UCF is going to be new. And like, shout out to all the alums, because now you get the chance to get that feeling back, but we get to show this feeling to so many other new UCF, attendees or students that probably never felt that before. Probably never felt how good or how supportive, how good a support team can take you places. You know what I'm saying? People, parents is going to be like, I want you to go to UCF, and they're going to be coming in like, they're going to be able to see that in full display. And I'm so happy that they get a chance to experience this, because it's something beautiful. And that's why we here have these conversations, because people like me end up coming from that beautiful culture that's created.
Shaquem, has anybody ever told you might have a future in inspirational, motivational speaking? Has that ever crossed your mind?
I'm already doing it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Retired,
you got everybody running through a wall for you.
48 speeches later, man, and it's been going up. So it's motivational speaking, man. For me, it's therapeutic. I don't look at it as work. I don't look at it as something that I gotta do. I look at it as I get to do it.
But the internet. That's
be patient. He's good.
Oh man.
No, you're there. Well, we can hear you.
Yeah, I be getting a lot of phone calls, coaches, parents. So my apologies.
Hey, if it's a prospective recruit, we need you to drop us and talk to them.
Listen, they call back twice, and it's important. If it's just once, I get back to it.
Well, we'll wrap up with this. How is your family doing?
Family doing well, man. You have your own stuff that you go through, and kids getting bigger. We made it through the storm, so we transitioned and adjusting to fixing up the house and stuff. But other than that, man, we're alive. We're pushing. We're motivated. We're happy. We got some juice, and when we wake up in the morning. So I can't ask for nothing more. And great things is happening, man. From motivational speaking to Coach Frost being back to opportunity to help serve this community. And make the world a better place. So I can't ask for nothing more, man. We're in a great spot.
I got one last thing to ask.
Holla at me.
To get the Knights fans going, how often do we expect to see you around this team?
What if I told you I'm thinking about moving back to Orlando?
That's a news drop right there, ladies and gentlemen.
What else do you want from me? I may be one of y'all neighbors, but you better be knocking on my door all the time, though. That's not what I meant. Like, yeah, I may be a neighbor. Don't be come knocking on the door all the time. Talking about I need some sugar. You better go to Publix.
He is UCF Athletics Hall of Famer Shaquem Griffin, good enough to spend the last half hour with us on Sons of UCF Live. Welcome back, Shaquem.
Thank y'all for having me, man. This ain't the last one. It's only gonna turn up from here.
All right. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to you and your family.
Thank you guys, man. Appreciate you guys for having me always. You know it's love from this time.
Charge on.
All right.
Charge on.